Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how you can solve the 2x2 for beginners. So, the beginner's method for 2x2, also known as layer by layer, is divided into 3 basic steps. Your first layer, orienting the second layer, and permuting the second layer. Now I'm going to go into more detail on each of those 3 steps. So, the first step is making your first layer. I'm just going to be doing the white side as our first side to make the layer on for this video. So, for making your first layer, it's going to look something like this. Hopefully a little faster than that, but there you go. You want your first layer to have a side solved and the corresponding stickers around the edge solved, so that one layer of your cube is solved. Now I'm going to go into more explanation on that. So, for your first layer, you're just going to start assembling the 4 pieces of that first layer. So it's really not something that is easily taught. It's more of just using some logic and getting lots of experience with all of the possibilities. But basically you're going to be first connecting 2 pieces like so, and making sure, like, if this piece is white, we want all our white pieces to go onto one side, so we can't just put a white piece, we can't just put a piece right here. Now we do have 2 white pieces on one side, and that's a good start. The thing is that these 2 pieces don't match, these 2 colors don't match. But what we notice is that this piece is, they're both white, and they also both have a green part on the piece, the corner. It's one full piece, and they both have a green sticker. So, if we move it around a little bit, oh, that's not supposed to happen, but we were looking for white pieces that also have similar colors on them. So, white piece with green, here's another white piece with green, and we can just connect them like that. And then here are 2 white pieces with blue, and they're already connected. So now we just have to connect them with the other 2 white pieces. And since they're aligned like this, we can just do that. A lot of the time, you're going to be solving, and you're going to be, let's say we see these 2 white pieces that have white and orange on them, and we go, okay, let's connect them. We can do that. Just saying to insert a piece, so like this is the start of our white layer right here, and we want to put this piece into here without disturbing anything. We can do a U, R, U prime, R prime, and that's going to be putting our corner right into place without disturbing the other pieces. Now we have 1 corner left, and a lot of the time you'll have 3 pieces of your first layer solved, with all the corresponding stickers, of course, and you're going to be needing to put that last corner in. And again, you're going to try to move it over, bring this side up, move it, bring it down. So the moves here are called U prime, L prime, U, L. And if you don't know those moves, I'm going to have them explained in my 3x3 beginner tutorial. So it's really nice to know the 3x3 before you learn 2x2, even though the 2x2 is much easier to solve. So yeah, for inserting pieces, you're just lining them up over the spot where they need to go, doing a U prime, L prime, U, L, or if it's on the right side, you're doing a U, R, U prime, R prime. And you can kind of see how you're just moving it out of the way, bringing up the slot where it needs to go in, moving it over into the slot, and then reconnecting the layer. Really, you just have to do a lot of trial and error to learn the first layer step of the cube. There's not a lot to be taught about it. Watching examples of people solving the cube and explaining what they're doing can really help you. But whenever you're learning how to solve first layer, it really just comes down to messing around and getting the experience in doing it. Now the next step is to orient your second layer. And basically that means you're putting all of one color on here without solving any of this yet. So we got our first layer solved, right, with all these stickers around. Now the thing we're doing on the second layer is we're just solving the side, we're not solving the colors around. That's the last step, would be solving the colors around the cube. Right, there we go. So, yeah, let's get into detail of how we're going to orient that last layer. Okay, so there are 7 different cases for orienting the last layer. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. Feel free to draw them out and write them down. Again, this is assuming you know all of your notation. What R, U, D, F, all that stands for on the cube. If you don't know that, you can look up cube notation and learn it pretty quickly. Alright, let's get started. First case we've got here is called the soon. You have one corner facing up on your yellow layer, and then the other ones are all on the right side, like that. The other 3, you're going to have your solved yellow corner in the bottom left, and you're going to do R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Just to show you one more time. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And that's going to solve just the yellow layer, usually, again, or just the yellow side. You usually won't have this stuff solved yet. Next thing we have is called anti-soon. It looks very similar because there's only one yellow corner facing up. The thing is that instead of all of the yellow colors being on the right side whenever you rotate, they're all going to be on the left. Right? Now what we're going to do for this case is have the yellow solved, the solved yellow corner in the top right, and we're going to do R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, and that's going to solve our yellow side there. Next, we're going to see that we have 2 yellow corners oriented and 2 that need to be oriented. Now for this case where these are diagonal and these are both facing out, what we're going to do is hold the cube with the diagonal going bottom left to top right and having a yellow sticker right on the top right side of the front face of the cube. And we're just going to do F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R. And that's going to get our yellow side solved. Another case with the yellow corners oriented. They're both right next to each other, and the other 2 are facing opposite directions from each other. And in this, you're going to do 2 4-move triggers: R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. And that will solve your yellow side. In a similar looking case, we have 2 of the yellow corners solved, except the non-solved ones are not facing opposite directions. They're actually both facing in the same direction. And for this case, we're going to do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And that's going to solve our yellow side. Our last 2 cases are going to be the cases with no yellow edges oriented. And the first one is we have 2 yellow corners facing in the same direction, and then 2 facing opposite directions. And for this case, we're going to hold the 2 facing the same direction on the left, and we're going to do F, RU, R prime, U prime, RU, R prime, U prime, F prime. And that's going to solve your yellow corners there. And then for this case, right here, we've got 2 yellow corners facing out in the same direction, and then on the other side, 2 yellow corners facing out in the same direction. And for this, we're going to do R2, U2, R, U2, R2. And that's going to solve your yellow side. Alright, so those are all the cases for solving your yellow side, and you'll be pleased to know that for solving your last step, which is the colors around the yellow side, there are only 2 possible cases and 2 possible algorithms that you have to know to solve these cases. So, the first case is that you have 2 of these yellow pieces solved right next to each other, making this bar right across right here, this green bar, and then the other 2 need to be swapped with each other. That's the first case, and for this case we're just going to do, we're going to put this solved chunk in the back and do R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And that's going to solve the pieces around the yellow side. And then the final case, the second case for solving the colors around the yellow side, is you'll see that there are no chunks of solved pieces. They're always mismatched all the way around. And for this case, you can have it rotated whichever way you want. You're just going to do F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. And that'll get you to this yellow side solving case we saw earlier, which will be R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. And that's going to solve all the pieces around the yellow side, and then we'll have our cube solved. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like. If you enjoy what I do on this channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this tutorial, please comment below. If you need any help at all, I'll be there responding. I'm sure other people will gladly help you out as well. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.